Welcome back out of the park baseball. It is the 13th of June in the year 1871. And we got what should be a really good matchup for you here today. This is going to be a cracker of a matchup. It is the 5-3 Chicago White Stockings against the 4-5 New York Mutuals. The White Stockings holding on to a lead, I believe, in the National League. The Mutuals trying to chase them down. It's a really close. The National League's really close. The American League's got two really good teams, and then there's two not as good teams in it. Whereas the National League this season, I mean, it's like maybe Fort Wayne is the only team that's out of contention now. Oh my God. Okay. Fuck it. There's no way you've just done that. All right. When we play FM, I'll try to remember to rename a new gen Buttnut Peanut. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? To be fair, you're not wrong, Root. So, you're not wrong, man. I did set myself up for that, right? We're not going to be playing FM till after Unreal Tournament. We have the Division 3 finals today at 1 o'clock Eastern. That's in just under 3 hours, so we do have to hustle a little bit with this game of Out of the Park. Best 3.8 acres. Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of that, by the way, all redeems with the exception of your standard ones, like your Twitch standard ones, like Lurk and Unlock and Emote. No, not Lurk, and like Hydrate, Unlock and Emote. Those are default price. And with the exception of Lurk, because they're only 1 point, and also Unretire, all channel point redeems are half off until the 5th of through the 4th of January, we'll say. I got to write Raz down because I forgot that he is also lurking. So let me write him down real quick. So if you're interested in renaming a new gen, moving a player, improving a player, whatever it is, you can do so for half the cost. And I'll run that until the end of January 4th. Once Monday the 5th comes around, they'll go back to their normal prices. Right. Let's go over the starting lineup for the game. Starting with the visiting 5-3 Chicago White Stockings. Left fielder George Betchel will lead things off here. He's batting 167, 5 RBIs this season. Bill Kelly, the center fielder, will bat second. He is batting 278, 4 RBIs this season. Levy Mayerly bats third, the third baseman. 333 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs so far this season. Gat Stiers bats fourth. The right fielder is batting 355 with 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Martin King, the catcher, will bat fifth. He's batting 243, 4 home runs this season. Everett Mills, is in the sixth spot. The first baseman is batting 250 with 2 RBIs. Charlie Hodes, the shortstop, will bat seventh. He's batting 200, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Sam Jackson, the second baseman, will bat eighth. He's got 129 average, 1 RBI. Cherokee Fisher is the hottest hitter on this team. Yes, the pitcher, batting ninth. He's batting 471. He's got 6 RBIs. Betters, welcome in, man. Welcome in. Hey, he's got the A1 emote. Nice. Welcome. Great to have you. Welcome in. My voice isn't 100% warmed up yet, so forgive me for that. But yeah, welcome in. Good to have you. For the home side, New York Mutuals. Leading off is second baseman Mike McGarry. He's batting 300, 4 RBIs. Steve Bellin, third baseman, bats second. He's batting 317 with 7 RBIs so far this season. Cal McVeigh, the catcher, will bat third. He's batting 341, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Henry Burroughs bats fourth, the left fielder. He's batting 175, 4 RBIs this season. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. Reini Walters, the pitcher, bats in the 5 spot. He's got a 306 average with 6 RBIs. Art Allison, the center fielder, will bat 6. He's batting 341 with 3 RBIs. Charlie Pabor will bat 7th. He's batting 316 with 10 RBIs. George Ewell bats 8th. He is the first baseman. He's batting 135 with 1 RBI. And Pete Donnelly rounds out the order in the 9th spot. The shortstop batting 306 with 6 RBIs. We're going to be playing 3 games on tonight's stream. Welcome in, bettors. Thank you for the thing. Glad to be here. I have 0 baseball knowledge. Love the sports bot, though. Thank you. It's going to be spammy today, the sports bot, because it's Boxing Day and everybody's playing. Usually it's not too bad. It's usually a little bad during the English kickoffs because everybody kicks off at the same time. But in terms of baseball, stick around. It's a fun sport. We've had some really good games. Today's schedule, by the way, it's 10:22 right now here in the morning on the East Coast. We're going to do Out of the Park baseball. 1 o'clock Eastern is the Unreal Tournament Division III Finals. We're going to commentate that. That's a best of 7, so that's going to be at least like a 2-3 hour series that we're going to do in Unreal Tournament. After Unreal Tournament, we're going to pick up our longest save in Football Manager. It's the start of the actual league season. If you were with us last night, we played the 5 games in the Icelandic League Cup. We didn't get out of the group. We finished 2-1-2 and with 7 points. That was good enough for third. And then in the group, and then in the Icelandic Cup, we won our second round matchup 5-0. So we're into the third round of the Icelandic Cup. But we're actually up to the start of the league season now. In Iceland, so we'll be doing that after Unreal Tournament. Right. It is a 10:05 first pitch. There are 749 in attendance here in New York. Wind is blowing from right to left at 13 miles an hour. It's actually quite a strong wind, and we are going from the Union Grounds in Brooklyn, New York. The 5-3 Chicago White Stockings, the 4-5 New York Mutuals. For those that are new here, by the way, bettors, if you see me looking down throughout the baseball, I have a scorebook, and we will be keeping score of this game as it happens. George Betchel settles into the batter's box. Reini Walters is ready to pitch. Before we do that, we got to give a shout out. Kind of, yeah. I mean, scoring a game just tells you like everything that happened in the game, right? So like I have literally scored every game we've commentated in this season so far. You're joining us in the wonderful thing about Out of the Park, by the way, bettors, and I wish FM had this, is you can start your save in any historical season going all the way back to 1871, and that's where we started. So this is the 1871 season. It's the very first season of professional baseball in the United States, way back in 1871. Before gloves, before radio, before television, before photography, before anything. And they were before cars, and they were playing baseball back then. And that's where we're at. And these are all the real players. These are the real teams. You know, these are the real stadium names. Obviously, their stadium didn't look like this. It was basically just parks back then they played in. And all the historical real-life players will come into the save as they do. So we're going to get Shoeless Joe Jackson in 1901. We're going to get Babe Ruth in 1910. We're going to get, Joe DiMaggio. All those famous baseball players. They're all going to enter the save as we progress. That's incredible. FM needs something like this without relying on community databases. I think it would be unbelievable if FM had something like that. Right. Let me do that shout out. Route 1 is an awesome streamer who's got a great save going with his beloved Malden and Tiptree, where he's trying to take them to the heights of the English pyramid. He's also a big Mullen and Triptree supporter. Fantastic individual, fantastic streamer. Give him a follow. The ever so fantastic Route 1 FM is our sponsor for today's first inning. Benchel settles in. Here we go. First pitch from Riney Walters to get us underway from the Union Grounds in Brooklyn, New York. It's a nice 68 degrees. For those of you Celsius, that's about 18. And that is right down Broad Street for a called strike. It's 0-1. It's excellent that it's free to follow. That goddamn right that is. Yep. It's Grisman. Here's the 0-1. And that is fouled into the seats. It'll be 0-2. By the way, if anyone ever has any questions about baseball, I would 100% love to answer them. So feel free to ask them. Riney Walters with the 0-2 pitch. That's high and in. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2. He's popped it up in the infield. First baseman's coming over to get it. He will make the grab, and that will retire Betchel. P3 is the scorer's decision. Pop up to the first baseman. If you ever hear me call out numbers, each position player is assigned a number. So the pitcher is 1, the catcher is 2, the first baseman is 3, the second baseman is 4, the third baseman is 5, the shortstop is 6, the left fielder is 7, the center fielder is 8, and the right fielder is 9. So if Bill Kelly hits a ground ball to Mike Geary, who's the second baseman, and he throws him out at first, the scorer's decision is 4-3 for second baseman over to first baseman. And then you have certain conditions as well, like a P means pop up, a F means a fly out, an L means a line out, a DP means a double play, a U means it was unassisted. That basically means if Bill Kelly hits a ground ball right to George Ewell and he just takes it to the bag himself, it goes down as a U3, an unassisted first baseman play. And there's other quirky things, some quirky things, like if you draw a walk, it's called a BB, or base on balls. If you're hit by the pitch, it's written as HBP, hit by pitch. So, and that's how it's scored. So here's the first pitch to Bill Kelly. That's inside, ball 1. And E, which you'll probably see a few of, are errors. So that as well. And that first pitch, that's line. The wind's going to take that, and that's going to be foul. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's below the knees, 2-1. A strikeout is K, by the way. If you write the K regularly, like that, it means he swung. If you write the K backwards like this, it means he didn't swing. He struck out looking. Here's the 2-1. And that's high, ball 3. I love that the scoring has those little nuances in it. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's taken on the outside part of the plate for a strike. It's 3-2. 3-2 pitch incoming. And he's lined this straight into center, way back there, and it's over the wall. Oh, no, it's not over the wall. I'm sorry. I thought it was over the wall. It's hit off the top of the wall. It's only a double. I thought that was awfully close. That was awfully close. It looked like it went over the wall. I think the camera angle did me in there a little bit, but it does hit off the very top of the wall. It doesn't leave the park. And it's a double for Bill Kelly, who gets in scoring position here with 1 out. That's going to bring up Levy Mayerly. I thought we had a home run here in the first to start. That would have been exciting. But runner on second, 1 out. Mayerly settles in. Here's the first pitch to him. And he has popped this in the left. It's a base hit. It drops. Kelly will be held at third base. And Mayerly will get aboard on first. And it's runners on the corners now with 1 out here for Chicago. That's going to bring up Gad Stiers, the right fielder. He'll settle in. Throw over to first, and the runner is back in time. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's going to get by to the backstop. Coming in to score is Bill Kelly, and it's 1-0 Chicago. It's listed as a passed ball, which means the catcher failed to make the play and stop and catch the ball, and it ran to the backstop, and that is how Chicago take the lead. Welcome in, Billy. Mr. No Luck Whatsoever. Happy Boxing Day to you all. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Gad Stiers. He's going to take that for a called strike. That's 1-1. How was your Christmas? How was everybody's Christmas? Here's a 1-1 pitch. And he's lined that into left. The wind's going to take that one again. That's going to land foul, and we'll do it again at 1-2 now. It's a very strong wind from right to left. Here's the 1-2. That's inside. Ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. Foul to the backstop. We do it again. 2-2 it remains. Here's the 2-2. That's fouled into the seats, and we remain at 2-2. Here is the 7th pitch of the at-bat. That is outside, ball 3. And now it's a full count. Okay, mate, even better watching you for a bit yesterday? Oh, stop it. Thank you, I appreciate that. Christmas was good. Ate too much and new earbuds are nice. I did eat too much too. Too many sweets for me, man. That's what I ate. All the cookies and brownies and pie and chocolates. Too much, man. Too much. Oh God, it's good. Boozy Christmas for me. Chasing my little boy with his new car was a struggle. Oh my goodness. Like a little toy car? Is that what you mean? Or here's the 3-2 pitch, and that is shot in the left. That is going to stay fair, and that is a base hit into the corner. This could be a lot of extra bases. It's going to be an RBI triple. Sliding into third is Stiers, and he's got himself an RBI triple, and Chicago have taken a 2-0 lead. Yeah, little bluey truck. Nice. Very nice. How old is he? Is he like 3, 4? Here's Mark King settling in. The catcher. Runner on third. 1 out. And, oh, no, that's going to get to the backstop. It's going to be 3-0. No chance to make the play. Stiers is in well and truly home in time. It's 3-0. It's another passed ball. And just like that, 3-0 Chicago. Here's the 1-0. That's off the plate away. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Below the knees, 3-1, and it's another hitter's count here, this time to Mark King. And King rips this into right center. That's going to get down. That's a base hit. That's a glitch. No wonder I thought the one ball went over the wall. That's a double. And King's got a double. Right. Everett Mills settling in now. Here's the first pitch to Mills. He's popped this up. That's going to go into the seats. Game? The stadium must be bugged or something. I don't know what's going on out of the park. Right, here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And that's ripped in the left center. That is a base hit. That is going to be runs. It's going to be another double. And it's an RBI double as King scores on the plate. It's 4-1 Chicago. Wait, Lou! Lou? Lou, did you unfollow me? Whoops. Whoops. Welcome in, Lou. Oh, that's his alt account? Okay. Welcome in, Skull. He's 2. This seems pretty high scoring for baseball. They're normally 4 scores in an inning. 4 scores in an inning isn't uncommon. It's just shocking to see it happen in the top of the first. I think that's the crazy thing about baseball. Nope. The crazy thing about baseball is you can have games that are like 2-3, 1-0, 2-1, and then we've literally had a game that was like, I think earlier we had a game that was like 19-11. Like I could go back and be like, New York Chicago was 5-2. New York Fort Wayne was 5-7. Washington Philly was 10-2. Cleveland Rockford was 6-2. Rockford Washington was 9-8. Boston Rockford was 19-11. Philadelphia Cleveland was 13-2. I think earlier in the season I had one that was like 14-12 or something. It was Cleveland Detroit was earlier this season, back on 25th of April, was 16-13. And then Philadelphia Rockford on the 2nd of May was 4-2. Like that's kind of the crazy thing about baseball. Is that I've had a game that finished 3-1. So, yeah. They can be high scoring, they can be low scoring, they can be everything in between. You watching any footy today? I am not. No. I should, but I'm not. I realized I might end the stream a game too soon yesterday. Oh, welcome in, Lou. Great to see you. Merry Christmas, Lou. I'm gonna give your actual main a shout out, Lou at Gaming, right? That's still a thing, right? You didn't lose your main, right? Because this says Lewitt Gamer. And I know your main is Lewitt Gaming. Lewitt Gaming is still around, right? These fans got their money's worth with them scores? Yeah, they did. Right, here's Charlie Hodes settling in. Runner on second, 1 out. But I won a cup. Nice, man. Very nice. I should put some of the football on, but Paramount Plus is so finicky to get work on the side laptop. So here's the 0-1. That is right down the chute. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-1. That's high, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. That is ripped into right at the right fielder, who makes the grab, and that retires the second out of the inning. F9 is the scorer's decision, and that'll bring up Cherokee Fisher. Have they? Oh, what? Why is Sam Jackson? Have they made a substitution? And I didn't know about it? Oh, no, I skipped him by accident. That's why. Sam Jackson. I missed this, but I wrote Cherokee Fisher in the 9 spot, and I didn't write Jackson in the 8 spot. My bad. Cherokee Fisher. Pitcher. There we go. York versus Boston. What is this, baseball? Chicago versus New York. Welcome in, Picks. Great to see you, bro. I haven't asked you in like a week or two, Picks. So like, give me an update on on Atletico Nacional. Yo, we'll be lurking. Got to run some errands. Oh, never mind. Okay, was referring to this. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, go run some errands. You can. I'm live for 13 hours, so if you come back at any point in the day, give me a Nacional update, will you? We won the cup. We might be signing Luis Muriel. Nice. I signed a beast of a right back and Cam for the league. Let's go, Skull. Nice, nice. I love Muriel. Nice. I hope they do sign him. That'd be amazing. All right, here's the first pitch to Jackson, and he's grounded that over to first. He'll take that to the bag himself, and that will finally retire the side. 4 runs on 5 hits, and they leave 1 aboard. We go to the bottom of the first. It's a 4-0 Chicago lead. Due up first for the New York Mutuals is second baseman Mike McGarry. We've got the ads in 15 minutes, and I need a cup of coffee. So we're going to take a 3-minute ad break. We will be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Sorry for the extended delay. Got this chair. I've made a cup of coffee. Oh, this is another ping. Okay. Okay. I'll let him. Okay. All right. Stuart, what's good, bro? Welcome back. Bottom first here. Let me get you in the book, dude. I gotta. We do have to. We got plenty of time, but I do have 2 hour 10 until the start of the Unreal tournament. Chicago opened up a 4 spot in the top of the first. Bottom first, it'll be Mike McGarry settling in here. First pitch from Cherokee Fisher to Mike McGarry. Happy Boxing Day, Stuart. I hope you had a great Christmas, bro. This one's fouled down the first base side. It'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Oh, he's hit him. He's hit the pitcher. Or he's hit the batter, I should say. And so McGarry's on via being hit by the pitch. That'll bring up Steve Bellin. Here he is. Here's the first pitch to Bellin. That's popped into right. And right fielder's coming in for it. That'll be the first out of the inning. F9 on the score sheet. That'll bring up Cal McVeigh, the catcher. Here's the first pitch to McVeigh. That's lined into left, base hit. McGarry goes to second base, and it's a single for Cal McVeigh. And New York's got first and second, 1 out. Love Sports Scores Bot. It's a little spammy today because of Boxing Day, but it is what it is. It's one day. It does get a little spammy during the English kickoffs anyway, but I don't care. I love football, and I love watching all the scores. So, especially even National League. I wish I had National League on TV here. Oh, yeah, it's halftime. So, kickoff, halftime, and full time, it's going to really batter the chat. But I'll keep an eye on what you guys say. Don't worry. First and second, 1 out here. Marissa, where's the forested Boreham Wood? I thought of a really inappropriate joke just now when you brought up Boreham Wood, and I don't know if I want to tell it, but well, at least let me not tell it on the recording because we are recording. It's not like I'm gonna get. It's not like YouTube likes me anyway, to be fair, but still. Right, welcome in, Marissa. Happy Boxing Day to you. Henry Burroughs, left fielder, settling in. Here's the first pitch to him. He's popped it up. Shallow infield here. Third baseman's over to make the play. He will, and that will be the second out of the inning. Burroughs is retired. P5 is the scoring decision. And that will bring up pitcher Riney Walters. First pitch to Walters. And it's off the plate away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And he's popped this up. behind home plate. Catcher's there. He makes the grab, and the side is retired. No runs on one hit. They leave two on base. We go top second here in Brooklyn, New York. And Chicago has jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Two up first for the Chicago White Stockings is pitcher Cherokee Fisher. Pingu the Prince is a really cool streamer. Last played FM 24. They don't stream often, but when they do stream, it's usually FM of some sort. They're around in the FM community a bit as well. Give them a follow if you haven't already. Pingu the Prince is our sponsor for today's second inning. Right. If I ever managed to stream probably a Devo, what, a setup like yours? What, mine? I don't have an elaborate setup. I have a laptop. That's all I stream off of is a laptop. All of this that you see, whether it's FM, Unreal Tournament, Rise of Nations, Hearts of Iron, Action Time Minute, Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, Out of the Park Baseball, Pangya, PGA, all of that is single monitor laptop. That's it. I don't have any external monitors hooked up, so I'm predicted first for season 10. Let's go. Right, Cherokee Fisher settling in. The only thing I have also is a mixer with a microphone. That's it. Most people do have the same thing, but they don't hold the mic. They have a mount. They usually have a Shure SM7B, and you can mount it to the desk, and that's what they do. Or a HyperX Quadcast. That's the other mic. I don't like the Quadcast because it's omnidirectional, whereas the Shure is a little bit cleaner of a mic. I used to hate it when people commentated on the HyperX Quadcast. I used to know a guy who would put the Quadcast in front of him, like right here, and I'm like, that's great, and he would point it at himself, and I'm like, that's great, that's where it needs to be, but then he could never get the gain and the compression right on it, so you always heard a little bit of that, like, spaciousness or echoiness. This is me being an audiophile, but you always heard that, like, spaciousness or echoiness going on, and I'm like, it's because you're fucking commentating with an omnidirectional microphone. Like, if you had the Shure and you put the Shure here and you spoke into it like this, you could turn the gain up you could turn the gain down really low and put some compression on it, and then it won't pick up any of the sound that bounces off your walls. And I was like, that's why the Shure is such a great mic, is it's like 250, 300 for this condenser mic that can go right here, and you can speak directly into it, and it can only pick up. That's why I like this one. I bought this one because I used to commentate from a LAN center, internet cafe, because the internet out here wasn't good enough. And I used to use the headset mic to commentate. Some of my early clips are with the headset mic, and it's very noisy. But this blocks out all of that because it's got the protectors literally on three sides of the mic and on top as well. And it's got a windscreen here, so I don't blow air into the microphone from my nose. So literally I have to be right directly in front of the mic in order for it to pick me up. But it sounds fantastic. Right, here's the first pitch to Cherokee Fisher, and he's popped this into the seats. It's going to be 0-1. Yeah, this is one of the best purchases I've made from COVID, was this microphone. 1 to Fisher. He's popped that into center, but playable, and that'll be grabbed for the first out of the inning. George Betcher will settle in. He popped up to the first baseman his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Betcher. And he's shot that into left. That's also playable. And that's there for the second out of the inning. Bill Kelly settles in. He had a double his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Bill Kelly. That's off the plate away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Taken for a called strike. That's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off the plate away, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, and Bill Kelly is aboard on a 5-pitch walk. That's going to bring up Levy Mayerly. He doubled in his last at bat, or he singled in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Mayerly. That's the called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's a called strike. It's 0-2 now to Mayerly, who has fallen behind in the count. Here's the 0-2. And he takes that high and away. Ball 1. The 1-2. And he's fouled that down the right field line. 1-2 it remains. Here's the 1-2. Grounded foul down the third base side. We do it again. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. High and away. Ball 2. Here's the 7th pitch of this at bat, the 2-2, and he's taking that below the knees, ball 3. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 aboard. We go bottom second here in New York. It's 4-0 Chicago. Due up first for the New York Mutuals will be center fielder Art Allison. We are going to take ourselves a. Ooh, why is that? Oh, hold on. Hold on. My streamer dashboard is glitched. And it's glitched for like a solid minute. Oh, you know what? I could probably refresh it. Hang on. There we go. All right. It's no longer glitched. Right. We are going to take ourselves a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in just a minute and a half. Right, welcome back. I streamed off laptop before it was fucked. Wasn't a great laptop. Just about managed to do its job, but it's like the stream setup, like the sports bot. I don't mind knowing when ads coming too, as I didn't have all this set up. No, don't sell yourself short, Billy. It's pretty simple to set up. The knowing when ads, like, if this thing is a little bit finicky, but it's not too bad. But most of my, like, I have it so that that's for your reference right there. I have it so that when it's 20 minutes to go before the ad break, I get a little notification that appears on the top of my chat, and only I can see it, and it tells me when the ad breaks are. I used to have it so that the moderators could see it too, but I have it now so that just I can see it, so I can literally look in chat and see, oh, I've got 15 minutes to an ad break or whatever it is, you know? So like in the middle of the first inning when I was like, oh, we've got 15 minutes to the ads, I saw a little green message at the top that said ads incoming, 14 minutes, 57 seconds. And it kept counting down. And I'm like, okay, well, I know there's a chance that the bottom of the first and the top of the first might take longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to run the full 3-minute ad break so I can reset the ad timer. You know, whereas usually, like I did just now, I run sorry, Vivaldi's still playing. So usually, as opposed to right now, I usually run the 90-second ad breaks in the half innings because it keeps pushing the stream timer, the ad timer back. And then when I get to the middle of the seventh and we do the seventh inning stretch, I don't have to worry about the ad because I pushed them so far out. I used to stream from a laptop. I put together a desktop recently, and now I work from that. 2 months, nice. 2 monitors, nice. All of mine's laptop. Everything here is laptop. And it runs fine because I spent a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money, to make sure I got a top-of-the-line laptop. I mean, this thing was it was like $4,300. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I dropped $4,300 on it. And I stream, I mean, that it's gone 3 years on, 2.5 years on. It still does it. I like the way you do things, the way you support everyone. It's epic. You top bloke. Everything about you says that. Stop. I used to be a pretty. Listen. It took a while to get here, and I wish I could do more. I wish I had the resources to do more. So I think in 2026 I'm going to move towards that. At least acquiring the resources to do more. Let's start the bottom of the second, shall we? We've got Art Allison, the center fielder, settling in. Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and missed. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. I've not always been a good person. You know, it's taken a lot of fucking up to get here. We'll put it that way. Here's the 0-1. Oh, he's going to take that for a called strike. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They look at third base, and the umpire says he didn't go. It's called a ball, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That's ripped into the gap between second and first. It's a base hit. And Art Allison is aboard with a leadoff single here in the second for New York. Trying to get back in this game, New York. 4-0 down. They got the leadoff runner. That's a good start. Here's Charlie Pabor, the right fielder. He's going to settle in. First pitch to him. Throw over to first, and the runner is back safely. And this one's popped up right behind the catcher. Shortstop comes in for it. He makes the grab. And that'll be Pabor retired. It won't move Allison. And that'll bring up first baseman George Ewell. He's going to settle in. Here's the first pitch to Ewell, and that is a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to Ewell, and he has lined this into left. Is it going to stay fair? No, it's going to go right to the left fielder. He makes the grab, and that is the second out of the inning. Pete Donnelly, the shortstop, is going to be settled in now. Here's the first pitch to Donnelly. And he's fouled that to the backstop. It'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Below the knees, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That's high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Ripped foul down the first base side. It'll go to 2-2. Here's the even count pitch. Off the plate away, 3-2. Inside St. James's Park, Leslie, for an hour before the game was really hard to I think of getting withdrawal symptoms. From streaming or from being at the football? Because I have withdrawal symptoms from being at the football, that's for sure. Here's the full count pitch. Probably, I'd imagine both. That's fouled into the seats. Here's the full count pitch. That's fouled to the backstop. We do it again, 3-2. The payoff pitch. I miss it bad. We'll get you there. That's a base hit into right. And it's a single for Donnelly. Going to second is Art Allison. Oh, no, Art Allison went to third. Good running from Art. He gets 90 feet away, and that brings up the top of the order, Mike McGarry. He was hit by the pitch his first at bat. Yes, he supports Newcastle. Be nice to each other, please. You're both good people. Here's the first pitch to Mike McGarry. That's fouled to the backstop. It'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's going to get by the catcher. Coming in to score is Art Allison. He's safe on the passed ball. Going to second is Pete Donnelly, and New York has got a run. It's 4-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. They look at first, and the umpire says he didn't go. It's called a ball. It is 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's test stream. Oh, I see. Yeah, but you can play it offline, right? You can probably do it. Oh, you said the screen's fucked on it. That's right. So here's the 2-2. Swung on 2-1. Swung on and missed. That's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. That's fouled down the third base side, or the first base side. Sorry, it'll be 2-2 again. Here's the 2-2. That's ripped back up the center, base hit. And McGarry's got a single. Donnelly's going to go to third. He's going to be held there. And it's first and third, 2 outs. Yeah, the one in St. James's Park is going to be insanely loud. It's going to be awesome. I'm so happy that's a derby that's back in the Prem. Right. Steve Bellin settling in. He flied out to right field his first time up. That's grounded over towards the shortstop. He's going to go to second. That's in time with a fielder's choice, and that will retire the side. That goes down as an FC 6-4. 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 2 aboard. We go to the top of the third. It is 4-1 Chicago. I think he's in America, so he might actually. I don't know. That'd be awesome. Raz DeBeer is an awesome Football Manager streamer and content creator. Very occasionally he'll play Fortnite as well. He's got some cool saves going, including one with Lewitt Gaming. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Raz DeBeer is our sponsor for our third inning here today. Top third, it'll be Gat Steyer settling in. He had an RBI triple in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. And he's grounded this right over to first base. On to first himself is taking it himself as George Ewell And that will retire Stiers. I was going to say unless I hit the Powerball, but I didn't. I don't know if you guys saw the jackpot for the Powerball. But somebody hit it, I think, a day or two ago, and it was exorbitant. Right, that'll bring up Matt King. I'm sorry, Mark King. He had a double his last at bat. First pitch to King. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off the plate, away, 1-2. The 1-2. Check swing the look at third. He definitely didn't go, and it's 1-2. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's grounded to the backstop. It'll remain 2-2. Yeah. Here's the 2-2. That is popped. That's Wind's going to take that one. It's going to land foul. 2-2 it remains. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the backstop. We still are at 2-2. Here we go. This one's going to be ripped foul down the right field line. It's still 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Off the plate away, 3-2. Ninth pitch of the at-bat incoming. And it's grounded fair right to the first baseman. He steps on the bag himself. That'll retire Mark King. That's going to bring up Everett Mills. He had an RBI double his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to Mills. That's taken right down Broad Street for a strike. It's 0-1. Is there a main... Answer me this real quick, Billy, if you're still here. Is there like a main street in, like a big, well-known street in Newcastle? Because like when I say Broad Street, it's because Broad Street is literally the street in Philly that runs north-south through the whole heart of the city. And City Hall sits right in the center of Broad Street. Broad Street actually goes around City Hall, or through City Hall. So, most of the state, 6-1 runs all the way up to Scranton. That's true. 6-11 does run all the way up to Scranton. Welcome in, Sensei. Happy Boxing Day, my friend. I hope you didn't have to work today. Or you're on about the river. Oh, that's true. That's true. The river does run through. See, Philly doesn't. The river doesn't run through Philly. Philly borders the river. You know what I mean? Well, it could be. Well, the EFL has plenty. Look at the sports score bot. The EFL has everything going on today. To be fair. So, if you have Paramount Plus, there's EFL one all day. Here's the 0-1 to... We do have some nice beaches. There you go. It's better than Galveston. If you guys don't know the Charles Barkley Galveston joke, it's fucking hilarious. I posted it in D's Discord last week. It's so funny. I love that. I love that that video. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled to the backstop. It's going to be 0-2. Let me see if I can find it. Now I want to find it. And Northumberland is really nice. Nice. I want to see if I can find it. There's D's Discord. I think I put it in TV talking about. Yeah, here we go. I fucking love this video. I shouldn't, but I do. It's too funny. If you guys, if EFL is nice, but this is my yearly blackout where I get drunk and angry about Arsenal throwing away their title ambitions and losing like 7-1 to Southampton. Fair enough. If you guys haven't seen the video on Galveston, there it is. That is hilarious. It's so funny. Charles Barkley's hilarious. Right. 0-2 pitch incoming. Check swing. Hey, look at third. He didn't go. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Grounded over to second. On to first. That's in time for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go bottom third here in Brooklyn, New York. It's 4-1 Chicago. We are going to take ourselves a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Right, welcome back. Never, ever, ever will I hope any success happens to Millwall. Never. Lately, Hidokiri, lately, you know what happened the last time West Ham played Millwall in the FA Cup? You know what happened? Millwall fans stabbed a West Ham fan to death. That was like 20 years ago. Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. As a West Ham fan, I hope they never come up. I hope they plunge into the doldrums of English football and never to return again. You know what? You say that, and that happened last time Club America came to Philadelphia, right, to play in the Champions League. And if we get by Defense Force, we're going to probably have to play Club America again in the round of 16. I don't think we get by Club America, but, you know, still, that's going to be – I'm not looking for – that's going to be way too wild. I do agree, though. You're sick of the villains being Saudi or Qatari-owned clubs. That I do agree with. But the English, the European game in general has allowed them. They have succumbed to the dollar more than the American game, believe it or not. As much as American companies love the dollar and will shill out for the dollar, prostitute themselves for the dollar, most of the MLS hasn't quite done that, except for Miami. And the European game, that's all it is. Between PSG and Real Madrid and Barcelona and not even so much Barcelona, but definitely Real Madrid and PSG and City, and, you know, that's all they did. In the U.S., the money has to go to the owner, not the player. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. That's true. All right, bottom third here. Cal McVeigh settling in. He hit a single his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. And that is lined right at the third baseman for the first out of the inning. The 115. Yeah, exactly. The owners aren't paying for Messi to be here. Yeah, the league is. That's why I hate the fact that he's here. I got nothing against Messi, but I hate what he's done to the league. Yeah, and they re-signed him through 2028. So here's the that's going to bring up Henry Burroughs, the left fielder, and he can fuck the fuck right off. Yeah, my favorite player of all time is Gary Speed, but yeah, a lot of people are going to say Messi's the GOAT, and I understand why. I totally get that. I will still, in my mind, believe that Pele is the greatest player of all time, but Messi, I mean, it's like it's two sides of the same coin between Messi and Pele, in my opinion. Ronaldo's not close. Ronaldo fans constantly, he's not even close, dude. Great player, but couldn't do it on the international stage, that's for sure. Here's the first pitch to Henry Burroughs. I don't care about. You know what? That's true. I probably should. You can't really compare the LeBron versus Jordan. The team. Oh, I can compare LeBron and Jordan. LeBron don't hold a candle. Team sports and all. You're right. Here is the 1-0 pitch. That's fouled and it's 1-1 because he's getting old. No. God damn it, I can't fucking find it because they changed all the books around in here. At least I thought I had it. And I know I have the book somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's probably in this pile. Nope, it's not even in that pile. What the fuck? Am I tripping? Okay. I don't know. I don't know where the book is. There's a book that's written by Tim S. Grover. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Tim Grover, but it was an interesting book. And it's called Relentless by Tim S. Grover. Oh, I see it now. It's buried under another stack of books. Okay. In the book, so Tim Grover was the physical trainer, the personal physical trainer for Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. He was the personal physical trainer for all four of those men. And he said, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan are three of the greatest basketball players he's ever seen play because he's a big basketball fan. He said LeBron James is a great player, but he's not an elite player. Like he says, Kobe, Jordan, and Wade were the most elite of the elite. And he goes, LeBron James doesn't sit at that table. So, R9 was the GOAT before his. That's true. He was fucking incredible. Oh my God, R9 in Spain was ridiculous. As much as I manage my FM sites in a Brexit ball style, I do love to watch total football style. And if Benny ever wants to come to England, you can stop at mine, Big Ben. Sounds good. LeBron is only as popular as he was because he was an Ohio kid who played in Ohio. Yeah. So, Henry Burroughs, the 1-1 pitch to him. And this is lined into left, base hit. And Burroughs has got himself a single. I know. That's true. That's going to bring up Walters. He's going to take a first pitch ball. Walters popped up his last at bat. Here's the 1-0. That's lined into right, and that's fouled. Here's the 1-1. That's off the plate away, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. But Hirokiri's right. We shouldn't really get dragged into GOAT arguments. Otherwise, they've lost the plot for years. Here's the 2-2. Inside, ball 3. I don't even watch ESPN for the games anymore. Like, what do they put? Like, I can't even watch Sunday Night Baseball. It's so bad now. Here's the 3-2. That's inside, ball 4. And Randy Walters is drawing a walk. So, watching Sunday Night Baseball. Oh, yeah, Bundesliga. That's true. Watching Sunday Night Baseball is, like, fucking painful. I don't watch Bundesliga, so. When it comes to college handshake, they have for years been. What is that? Easy P. What? ESEC P. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. Here's the first pitch to Art Allison. That's a ball. 1-0. Below the knees. Allison had a single his last at bat. Here's the 1-0. Off the plate away. 2-0. We got to get you your bigger monitor. Well, no, I didn't know because it wasn't spaced out. I'm like, what is that? I didn't realize he was making a joke on the SEC, which I get, and I think anybody in college football now is about the SEC. Here's the but you're right. Maybe my eyesight is going. That's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Grounded over to first. They're going to take the lead runner at second base. They get him in time. It's a fielder's choice for Art Allison. So FC 4-6. Walters is the man thrown out at second. Going to third is Burroughs. And now there's 2 away here in the bottom third. Charlie Pabor will settle, and he popped up to the shortstop his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Check swing. They go to third. The umpire there says he didn't go. It's inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's inside, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Grounded to the backstop. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Off the plate away, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4, and Charlie Pabor's drawn a walk, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom third. That'll bring up George Ewell. He flying out the left his last at bat. Here's the first pitch. And he rips this right to the second baseman onto first in time. and they get out of the inning without any damage. No runs on one hit. They leave the bases loaded. We go top fourth here in Brooklyn. It's a 4-1 game. New inning means new sponsor. Mr. No Luck Whatsoever is a fantastic human being from the great city of Newcastle. We're going to get him back to streaming at some point in 2026. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Mr. No Luck Whatsoever. Billy is our sponsor for today's fourth inning. Charlie Hodes will settle in to lead things off for Chicago. Flying out to right field his first at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. That is ground to the backstop. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That is lined into right, deep, just shy of the track, and caught there for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Sam Jackson, the second baseman. Jackson is, he grounded out to the first baseman his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Sam Jackson. That is below the knees, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. And that's chopped foul to the backstop. It'll be 1-1. Wow, Huddersfield are really giving it to Port Vale to 5-0. Good Lord. I hope you realize that I'm just taking the piss. I grew up in the States. It's Woody Hayes' backyard. He was the college football coach who almost ran his team bus out of gas to get to Toledo just so they wouldn't have to spend any money in Michigan. Oh, my God. Ain't you ever seen my moves? My movies? That's how I talk. I'm Samuel Jackson. He is. It's Sam Jackson. Here's the 1-1, and that is lined foul into left field. It'll be 1-2. He's sick and tired of these motherfucking fouls at his motherfucking at bat. Here's the 1-2. That's high. 2-2. And he is the 2-2 pitch. He's lined that into right. That's a fair ball. And he has got himself a double here. Safe. It's a double. And Sam Jackson has got himself aboard with a 1-out double. If I have a job in 2026, but if I don't, I think I might come back to streaming. Let's go. If you do, just ping me, man. I'll be there. Whenever you go live, I'll be there. It's Cherokee Fisher to settle in. You and I are going to run some Dale and Dawson lobby. Oh, my God. Yeah. That's one game I bought that nobody ever really played with me. Do you have Peak, Keto Curie? Have you played Peak? Because, like, oh, my God. Peak is so much fun. And say, yeah, it's... Oh. Here's the first pitch to Cherokee Fisher. I played it just the other day with Kicker. We actually wound up peaking. It's pretty cool. Sam Jack, that's a base. Oh, it's a bad throw. Oh, no. It's a bad throw. So here's what happens, okay? Because there's a lot to unpack here. So Cherokee Fisher gets a single, right? And the center fielder goes to make the play. He tries to throw home so that the runner doesn't score. Okay. On the throw is way offline. So it's an E8, which is on center fielder Art Allison. And because the throw is bad, Jackson goes from third to home and Fisher goes from first to second. And it's now 5-1 Chicago. I mostly stepped away from my gaming right now while I learned how to become a builder. Okay, that's fair. I've only gotten to play peak solo. Have you managed to peak? I've only successfully done one. Nope. I've only successfully done one solo run. I had been trying for 3 months to peak solo, right? At the time. I was streaming it, okay? Because I was waiting on Grace to finish, and then Grace and I were going to play. And Grace came in. She was eating dinner, and then she's like, we'll play Peak afterwards. I was like, all right, cool. She came in when I was in the Mesa. And then I get to Caldera, and that happened in the Caldera. Take a look at that clip. And then when you're done, let me know. Right. George Betchel settling in. Left fielder is 0 for 2 today. Here's the first pitch to Betchel. Watching now. Sounds good. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's ripped right at the first baseman. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will be the second out of the inning. Fisher will get the third on the play. And now he's 90 feet away, but there's 2 outs. That's going to bring up Bill Kelly. He is 1 for 1 so far today with a double and a walk. Here's the first pitch. It's so great. There's a call and strike. It's all because Grace literally typed in chat. She goes, sometimes you have to go for a spicy walk. I'm like, sometimes you have to become one with the spicy meat, and then I become the spicy meatball. But the crazy thing is, in that same run, in that very same run, I peaked. And it was excellent. I was like, oh my God. Right. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate away. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. They go to third. He didn't go, and it's 2-1 now. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Popped it up in the infield. Second baseman's over. He makes the grab, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 1 aboard. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 5-1 ball game. We'll get you. I understand you said your gaming is taking a back seat, which is totally fine. But whenever we do play, we'll get you. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. We are going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll back with more in just a minute and a half. Welcome back. Bottom fourth in Brooklyn. 5-1 Chicago. I am a little bit behind schedule. I got to pick up my pace a little bit here because I got an hour 15 before the Unreal Tournament starts, and we're only in the bottom fourth. By now, we should have been in the bottom fifth. So I'm about an inning behind the pace. Here's the first pitch to Pete Donnelly. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. That's not on you guys chatting. That's on me. Here's the 0-1. And that's ripped in the left, right at the left fielder. He's going to have that. That'll be the first out of the inning. Right. That's going to bring up Mike McGeary. He's 1 for 1 so far today. First pitch to McGeary. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. He's ripped that right at the shortstop, who grabs it for the second out of the inning. Would you like a shout out, Hidukir, if you're gonna potentially come back this, or you want me to wait till you actually do return it, if you actually do return to streaming, to give you a shout out, because I can do that. Right, here's the Steve Bellin settling in. He's 0 for 2. Here's the 0-2. Here's the first pitch. And that's taken right down Broad Street for a strike. It's 0-1. All good to wait, but thanks. You all right. Sounds good. I blame you. You know what? You're not wrong. I've not really been a great communicator of it, to be fair. So I'll take the blame, Zig. It's fine. Happy Boxing Day, Zig. Great to see you, brother. I hope you had a great Christmas. Just moved to Europe already? Yeah, you're right. Here's the 0-1. That is shot into center field. Right at the center fielder. He's got it, and that is going to retire the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go top fifth here in Brooklyn, and Chicago's got a 5-1 lead. Did you get a knockout in your bout this morning? I won on points. What? Oh, okay, I see. Okay. No, but I'm going to post it again. I posted it in my clips channel. But for those that aren't aware, Cully has created probably one of the best clips on this channel in the last month. So there you go. Got to go get some cleaning done here before fam gets back, but it's good to get a few minutes to catch up. Hito Kiri, God bless, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by. All your support as well. Have a great rest of the weekend, man. And if I don't talk to you before the new year, have a freaking fantastic new year, dude. Right. Levy Mayerly settles into the batter's box here for the top fifth. Here's the first pitch to him. He's 1 for 2. That is a swung on and missed. That's 0-1. What's your plans for New Year's, Benny? Stream. Same to you and yours. Appreciate it. Happy holidays and all that jazz, chat. Nice. Very nice. I don't have any plans for New Year's. I don't like doing New Year's. I used to work New Year's Eve. Yeah. I know, Zeke. I was like, bro. It was so funny last night. I don't like doing I used to work New Year's Eve, and I remember a year or two that I did work New Year's Eve, I had to drive home like around 12:15, 12:30. Oh my God. I never want to be on the road New Year's morning at 12:30 in the morning. I never, ever want to do that ever again. Holy shit. I felt like I had to be Neo in the Matrix just to dodge the cars that were swerving all over the fucking road. That's lined into right, or popped into right, and that'll be the first out in the inning. It was so bad. But no, I don't usually. I'll do something with the family. We'll do like the 3-2-1. We'll have champagne out. We usually do like a charcuterie board, and then that'll be it. So the moment the ball strikes 12, the moment the ball drops and it strikes midnight, we'll go to bed. I'll usually by like 12:10 I'm in bed. So, right, here's Viney Walters. Is it not Mark King? Oh no, here's Gat Stiers. Viney Walters is a pitcher. God damn it. Here's Gat Stiers. Gat Stiers is currently 1 for 2 so far today. That's a called strike. It's on 1. The 0-1 pitch. That is lined into right, base hit, and Stiers has got himself a single. That'll bring up Mark King. He is 1 for 2 so far today. Throw over to first, and the runner is back safely. Sean Curtis. Wild man. Was good. You're flicking the TV off by the time it's even midnight? I mean, you're not wrong. Now that I've gotten older, I'm pretty much the same way, dude. Welcome in. Happy Boxing Day to you, Sean. I hope you had a great Christmas. I forgot to do the new sponsor. Skull Crusher is a fantastic strip. Is that not him? Did I not? Is that not? Oh, fuck. That's the wrong guy. Sorry. There he is. Skull Crusher is a fantastic FM streamer. Here he is playing FM 26. Based. Absolutely based. Using the editor to make sure Pep never got a job again. Based. There we go. There we go. Go follow Skull. He's awesome. He's absolutely amazing. I got to wait 46 seconds before I shout him out again. But yeah, Skull's a great. Skull is our sponsor for our 5th inning here today. Mark King settles in. Here's the first pitch to him. Oh, throw over to first. That's back in time. The runner's back in time. Here's the first pitch. That's inside, ball 1. The 1-0. You said would rather be flickering off to the TV than flicking. Oh my God, Zig, why? The 1-0 is a called strike. Throw over to second, not in time, and Gat Stiers has stolen second base. Here's the 1-1. He's fouled that back to, or just behind the catcher. And it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Grounded foul down the first base side. We'll go again at 1-2. That's taken inside, ball and low, ball 2. A 2-2 pitch now. Grounded right back up the mound. Over to short, on to first, in time. And that's the second out of the inning. Stiers does get to third, but there are 2 outs. There's Skull. Go give Skull a follow. That's going to bring up Everett Mills. who's 1 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch to him. That's a called strike right down Broad Street. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is popped up. Wynn's taking this one, drifting it foul, and it's caught by the shortstop. He makes the hard play, and that is going to retire the side. No runs on one hit. They leave one aboard. We go bottom fifth here in Brooklyn. It is 5-1 Chicago. We are going to take ourselves a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in just a minute and a half. Ryan, welcome back. Bottom fifth here. And Cal McVay settling in. He's 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to McVay. That's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2. And now McVay is 0-2. He's in a hole. Yeah. I don't know when we play, actually. When do West Ham play again? Man U and Newcastle. Oh, that's today. Okay. And then we got West Ham tomorrow at 10. Okay. Here's the 0-2. That's a low, ball 1. The 1-2. Inside, ball 2. The 2-2. High and away, ball 3. Yeah, there's 3 free follower emotes I'm never getting rid of. The old West Ham badge. I don't know about you, Billy, but I miss the old West Ham badge, dude. I really do. The 3-2, grounded foul. We'll do it again. So the old West Ham badge, the Union badge, and the Gimpo badge are staying. Here's the 3-2. Grounded to the backstop. And it remains 3-2. Here's the full count pitch. That's in the gap. In right. Base hit. And McVay is aboard on a single. That'll bring up Henry Burroughs, who's 1 for 2. Throw over to first. The runner's back safely. Here's the throw over to first, and the runner is back in time. Here's the throw over to first. The runner is back safely. First pitch. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. To throw over to second. Not in time. And Cal McVeigh, despite them trying to keep him aboard first, has stolen second. Here's the 0-1. And that's grounded to the backstop. It'll be 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Down and in, ball 1. The 1-2. Off the plate away, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That is shot into center field, right at the center fielder, though. He makes the grab, and that is the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Riney Walters, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the first pitch to Walters. He's taking that inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Popped up in foul territory. First baseman's over there. He is going to make the grab, and that is 2 down now. That's going to bring up Art Allison. He is 1 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch. That is grounded over to first, and he's going to take it to the bag himself, and that will retire inside. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 on base. We go top 6 here in Brooklyn. It is a 5-1 ball game still. I'll get you a shout out, Sean, in a minute. New ending means new sponsor. Lou is an awesome FM streamer. He also played a little bit of Fortnite recently, but he mainly does some FM. He's got some really cool saves. He is very religious to the saves, despite the fact that they tend to beat the crap out of him. Give him a follow. Awesome guy to talk to. The great Lou at Gaming is our sponsor for today's 6th inning. Charlie Hoge settles in for the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2. He flied out twice to right field. First pitch to him from Riney Walters. And that is popped up behind home plate. Catcher's there, and he makes the grab. And that is the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Sam Jackson. 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Jackson is a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's high. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Below the knees, just barely. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. And now it's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Grounded over to third. Oh, it's a fielding error. It's an E5. Steve Bellin at third base makes a fielding error, bobbling the ball. And Jackson gets aboard. That's going to bring up Cherokee Fisher. He's 1 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Fisher. He's going to bunt it down. The throw over the first is in time, and that is a sac bunt. That'll get Jackson over to second, but there are 2 outs now in the inning. And George Betchel will settle in 0 for 3 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Betchel. That is high. Ball 1. The 1-0 check swing, but it's in there for a called strike anyway. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Fouled into the seats. We'll stay 1-2. 1-2. Lined it. That's a fair ball. And it's going to go all the way into the outfield. And that is a double. Jackson will score from second. And George Vetchell's got himself an RBI double here in the top of the sixth. And he's made this game 6-1. Bill Kelly will settle in. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Here's the first pitch. Check swing, but it's in there anyway. Cold strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. High and away, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the backstop, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up in the infield. First baseman's there. He makes the grab, and the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 1 on base. We go bottom 6th here in Brooklyn, New York. Chicago have extended their lead 6-1. Headed for a Boxing Day event. I'll be back this evening. Have fun at the event, Stuart. Take care. Thank you for swinging by, my man. I appreciate you, bro. We are going to take a 90-second timeout. We're back with more in a minute and a half. Right, a few people I want to shout out real quick in the half innings as well, because I'm not going to get a chance to do so when I do switch over to Unreal Tournament. The first is Zig. Fantastic human being, fantastic streamer. Give him a follow if you're not already. Here he is playing Rainbow Six Siege. He's an awesome guy, really awesome guy. He does Rainbow Six Siege, he's done Satisfactory. He's got Baldur's Gate save going. He does a network save with FM. He's got 2 network saves in FM. He's doing Arc Raiders, PGA Tour 2K25, Euro Truck Sim 2, all sorts of awesome stuff. Fantastic human being. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Zig is absolute quality. David Nyon, welcome in. Happy Boxing Day to you, sir. It's bottom 6th here in Brooklyn. Charlie Padboard will settle in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounded over to first. The pitcher comes over. He makes the play, and that is the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up George Ewell. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Ewell. And that's outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. He's grounded out right in front of the mound, right in front of home plate. On to first in time. And that retires Ewell. 2 down here. Pete Donnelly, the shortstop, will settle in. He is 1 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch to him. That is high and in, ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. The 1-1. And this one's grounded foul down the third base side. It'll be 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Below the knees, 2-2. Thank you, Viva. Here's the 1-2. Or the 2-2, I should say. That is popped up. Wind is taking that out. That's going to land foul. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to short. On to first. It's a bad throw. And reaching via an E6 is Pete Donnelly. And that is Charlie Hodes with the error. The first for Chicago in this game. And now there's a runner aboard with 2 outs in the top of the order. Mike McGarry. He will settle in. He's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch to McGarry. That's flying out into right. And the right fielder makes the grab, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base. We go top 7th. It's a 6-1 ball game. Due up first for Chicago is third baseman Levy Mayerly. He is 1 for 3 so far today. New ending means new shout out. Pix is a fantastic streamer. He's a quality. He's just an awesome guy. He's just a really awesome guy. He plays some Fallout. He plays some FM. He's played a little bit of everything. Some Battlefield 6, some Black Ops 7. Give him a follow if you're not already. He's a wonderful member of the North American Football Manager community. Pixelated Suits is our sponsor for the 7th inning here today. Levy Mayerly settles in. First pitch to him. Here it is. And he's popped this up right at the shortstop. He makes the grab without issue, and that is going to retire Mayerly. That's going to bring up Gad Stiers. He's 2 for 3 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Stiers. And he's fouled that down the third base side. It's 0-1. Yes. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate away, 1-1. Are you okay, David? Here's the 1-1. inside ball 2. Land. Oh, go on, Clan. It's great to see you, dude. Happy Boxing Day, Clan. I hope you had a good Christmas, man. Head full of food, just full of food and alcohol. Hey, man, fair enough. I hope you had a good Christmas, Clan. I hope you had a great Christmas too, David. Hope you all had a good Christmas. Not so much alcohol today, though. Fair enough. Same to you, mate. Yeah, it was good. It was all right. Nice and quiet. Here's the 2-1. That's below the knees. 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch. Called strike. And it's 3-2. What have I thrown? What if I have no more future endeavors with which I can be wished well on? Here's the 3-2. That is grounded over to first, and he's going to take it to the bag himself, and that's the second out of the inning. Then you're an idiot. Fair enough. That's going to bring up Mark King. He's 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to him. And that's popped up. That wind is going to take that foul. 0-1 to count. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate away. 1-1. The 1-1. Lined right at the shortstop. He's got it for the out, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. It is the bottom 7th here in Rockford. Rockford. In Brooklyn, New York. It's time for a time-honored classic. Take me out to the ball game. Enjoy. Hold on. The source ain't picking up. What the fuck? Here we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Here's a time-honored tradition. Take me out to the ball game. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You heard the man. We're going to play some ball here. Bottom 7th. Nice, David. Steve Bellin settles in for New York. They need runs, and they need them now. They're running out of opportunities to get them. 9 outs away. This would be a huge win for Chicago if they can hold on to it. Bellin's 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's taken for a called strike. It's 0-1. Chicago jumping to 6-3 would give him a really good hold on the division. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Cherokee Fisher. That's high, ball 1. The 1-2. That's below the knees, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that is lined into, that's flied into right. The right fielder's there. He makes the grab, and Bellin is retired. It's going to bring up Cal McVeigh. He's 2 for 3 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Cal McVeigh. That is shot deep into right, way out at the track, almost at the wall, and it's caught by Gat Stiers. That almost left the yard. Another 5 feet, and that might have left the yard. No, Viva, that wasn't a touchdown. That's going to be Henry Burroughs settling in. It's 1 for 3 now for Burroughs. Here's the first pitch to him. That's off the plate away, 1-0. Viva, you should know what an icing is. 1-0, that's high, ball 2. Here's the 2-0. In there for a called strike. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That is shot in the left. Right at the left fielder, though. He makes the play, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go top 8th here in Brooklyn, New York, and Chicago is still got a 6-1 lead. Hey, Lou. New inning means new sponsor. DM Stewart is a retro game appreciator. He also commentates a lot of Final Fantasy randomizers, Legend of Zelda randomizers, and a lot. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He also posts in our Discord in the Look at Me section whenever he is commentating some retro game stuff. So definitely check that out. And DM Stewart is our sponsor for the 8th inning here today. Welcome in, Lou. How are you? Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. I hope you had a great Christmas, my man. I'm a little behind on shout-outs. I got Sean in the half inning here, David in the next half inning, Clan in the post game. So I'm trying to move along because at 1 o'clock in 37 minutes, we've got the final of the Division III in the Unreal Tournaments, the grand final for Division III today, and that's in just over a half hour, and we're only in the 8th inning, so I am trying to hurry the baseball along a little bit. You played Red Dead Redemption 2, you should know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't remember Arthur eating any tacos. Everett Mills settling in. He's 1 for 3 so far today. Here's the first pitch. And that's fouled to the backstop. It'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounded over to second. That's going to be on to first in time, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Charlie Hodes settles in. He's 0 for 3 today. Here's the first pitch to Hodes. And that's a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Yo, Buck. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. How you doing, Lou? How was your Christmas, man? How was your Christmas, Buck? Happy Boxing Day to you both. Here's the 0-1. Or the 0-2, I should say. That's off the plate away, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That is lined into right at the right fielder. He's got it for the second out of the inning. Chaotic as heck, mate, but Kiddo's had a ball, so that's all that matters. Fair enough, man. That's going to bring up Sam Jackson. He's 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Jackson is high and away, ball 1. Here is the 1-0. He's lined that. That's through, base hit. Jackson's aboard with a single here in the 8th. That'll bring up pitcher Cherokee Fisher. He is 1 for 2 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Fisher, and that's taken for a called strike. The throw over to second is not in time, and Jackson has stolen second base. I thought Mrs. Whatever her name is had some, what? Oh, I don't know. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's high, ball 1. The 1-1. Grounded to the backstop. It'll be 1-2. The 1-2. That's lined right at the third baseman. He's got it for the out, and that will retire the side. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 on base. We go bottom 8th. It's still 6-1. David is a fantastic streamer. He does some FM26. He does some Hitman. He does some Eurotruck. Give him a follow. Wonderful person. David Nyholm. Big shout out to him. Right, we're going to skip the ad breaks. We have got ourselves the bottom 8th. Riney Walters settling in. He is 0 for 2. Welcome it. Thank you for the 7 stream watch streak, Aldi. Welcome in, brother. Hope you well. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day to you. Maybe the aliens. Oh, my God. The aliens from the flat moon, right? Here's the first pitch to him. That's chopped foul. It'll be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate away, 1-1. There are. Here's the 1-1. That's away, 2-1. There's aliens in Red Dead Redemption 2. Really? Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's high and away, ball 3. The 3-2 pitch. That's grounded foul down the first base side. It's 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. That's shot into left. Left fielder going over. It lands foul. We'll do it again. Here's the payoff pitch. And he's walked him. And it'll be a walk for Riney Walters. Or, no, I'm sorry, that was Fisher. No, that was Walters. I'm sorry, that was Walters. Walters is aboard on a walk. Always, man, I'm well. Thank you. Yesterday when I was live, I had to do 55 push-ups while I was playing FM24 draft. Oh, my God. your arms have got to be sore as hell. It's going to bring up Art Allison. He's 1 for 3. Here's the first pitch to Allison. That's taken for a called strike. Man on first, nobody out. Here's the 0-1. That's that's fouled to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2.
Strike
Swung
3.
on and missed. He struck him out. 1 away. That'll bring up Charlie Pabor. He is 0 for 3 so far. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's 0 for 2 so far today with a walk. Here's the first pitch. That is a called strike. It's 0-1. An abandoned cabin, and then some aliens arrive on 2 a.m. Okay. Here's the 0-1. That's popped up right at the shortstop. He's going to make the play, and that's the second out of the inning. I conceded many goals during the draft, but my arms are fine. All right, nice. Go, Wrexham. Oh, boy. George Ewell will settle in. He's 0 for 3 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Ewell. That's off the plate away, ball 1. Since they're playing Sheffield United, absolutely yes, go Wrexham. Here's the 1-0. Grounded into the gap, in right. It's a base hit for Ewell. And he's aboard. Going to second is Harry Burrows. I'm sorry, it's Randy Walters. And that brings up Pete Donnelly, who was 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Donnelly. Grounded foul down the first base side. It's 0-1. New York have an opportunity. 2-1, 2 out. Here's the 0-1. And that is into right, base hit. Stopping at third is Walters. Going to second is Pabor. And the bases are loaded. And it's the top of the order, Mike McGarry, who's 1 for 3. Here's the first pitch to McGarry. That's below the knees, ball 1. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. The 2-0. That's a called strike right down Broad Street. It's 2-1. Bristol City won against West Brom, and Mahmedi scored as well, so he's just so good, man. Nice. Here's the 2-1. That is lined into left, and that is going to land foul. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. The 2-2.
Strike
Swung
3.
on and missed. He struck him out, and they get out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, and they left the bases loaded. It's time for the top 9th here in Brooklyn. It's 6-1 Chicago. Mr. Cellophane is a wonderful American football manager streamer, big fan of the Bundesliga. Give him a follow. He's a fellow Philadelphian like me. Absolutely awesome guy. Mr. Cellophane is our sponsor for today's 9th inning. I'm enjoying listening to this even though I don't have a single clue what any of the terminology means. Well, it's not too hard. If you have questions, just ask, but it's not too hard. It's like cricket. It's very easy at the base level, and then the nuances. You can get lost in the nuances pretty easily, but base level, it's pretty easy. Icing is not like offsides because there is offsides in ice hockey. There's icing and offsides in ice hockey. So icing is like a corner kick. Right. George Betchel settles in. He's the top of the order. Randy Walters still on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. And that is 1-0. Touchdowns is out of bounds. God. David. Here's the 1-0. And that is shot into left, base hit. And Betchel's aboard with a base hit. A single. And he takes up first base, so that's going to bring up Bill Kelly. Kelly is 1 for 3. He's got a double and a walk. FM is later today. I think it's all in my title. I think I have it all explained in my title. Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern is UT 2K4 Division III Grand Final. After UT is TLS. Is this the 18th? That's a funny question, David. Right. Here's the first pitch to Bill Kelly. Swung on and missed. That's 0-1 to throw over to second. They got him. He's caught stealing. Betchel is caught stealing at second base. And now there's one away. Welcome in, Patwitz. BRB sounds good. Pat. Here is the 0-1 pitch to Bill Kelly. That's grounded back up to second. Over to first. And it's a bad throw. It's an E6. And Bill Kelly is aboard on an error via the shortstop. That's Pete Donnelly that makes it. And it's runner on first with 1 out. The graphics were surprisingly good for that time. Didn't change much since then. Oh, my God. Levy Mayerly will settle in. He is 1 for 4 so far today. Here's the first pitch. That's inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's a called strike. It's 1-1. Just woke up an hour ago. Thought it was a nap, but it went 6 out. Hey, it means you needed to sleep, man. Here's the 1-1. That's below the knees, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Throw over to first. Runner's back in time. The 2-1 pitch. Grounded over towards third. They're going to go to second for the out, and it'll be a fielder's choice. 5-4, fielder's choice. Kelly is thrown out at second. Mayerly goes to first, and now there's 2 outs here in the top 9th. Gat Stiers settles in. He's 2 for 4 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Stiers, and that's taken for a called strike at the lettering, and it is 0-1. There's the 0-1. Popped up, drifting foul. It's going to land foul. It'll be 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That's ball 1-2. I'm getting hungry now. Me too. Here's the 1-2. I had bagels this morning too. That's grounded down the first base side. It'll remain 1-2. The 1-2 throw over to first. The runner's back safely. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to the backstop. Remains 1-2. The pitch. Grounded over to second. On to first in time, and the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 on base. We go bottom 9th. It's 6-1 Chicago. If you guys like Out of the Park Baseball, Sean is an absolute amazing streamer who streams Out of the Park. He's got multiple saves going, Project Griffey, and he's also got his modern-day Pirate save where he's in the 2031 season, including the Count Von Count strikeout counter and Trogdor as well on his team. Give him a follow if you like Out of the Park. He is absolutely incredible. Sean Curtis. Big shout out to him. Steve Bellin settles in, bottom 9th. Bellin is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. inside, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. That is popped up behind home plate. And the catcher's there. He makes the grab. And now New York has 2 outs left. That'll bring up Cal McVeigh. He is 1 for 3. I'm sorry, he's 2 for 4 so far today with 2 singles and a stolen base. Here's the first pitch to Cal McVeigh. That's a called strike. It's 0-1. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Grounded over to short. That's through. Base hit. Cal McVeigh has got himself aboard with a 1-out hit here in the bottom of the 9th. That's going to bring up Henry Burroughs, 1 for 4, and he's popped this first pitch up right to the shortstop, who's over. He makes the grab, and New York is down to their final out. It is pitcher Riney Walters who settles in. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Here is the first pitch to Walters. Throw over to first. Runners back safely. First pitch inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Grounded foul. It'll be 1-1. Throw over to first, and the runner is back safely. The 1-1. Check swing, but it's in there for a called strike anyway, and it's 1-2. They're down to their final strike. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out looking, and that's going to end the game. Called strike 3, and the ball game is over. Chicago have come into Brooklyn and put up a solid performance. 11 hits for Chicago. They scratched 6 across. New York get a lot of opportunities but waste them all, including a bases loaded situation in the 8th where they don't get anybody in. The final score in this one, the Chicago White Stockings 6, the New York Mutuals 1. Let's go over the batting statistics now and the pitching statistics for each side. Before I do so, big shout out to Clan. He was last doing a karaoke party, but he also does things like he's played. I think he's played a little bit of Euro Truck on his stream. He's a big darts player. He throws a lot of darts on his stream. He holds a lot of wonderful community tournaments for darts, which are a great time. His community is absolutely fantastic. So if you just want to go in, hang out, watch people shoot darts, and definitely shoot the shit, go check out Clan. Fantastic individual. He's our sponsor for today's post-game show. Right. The batting statistics for the visiting Chicago White Stockings. George Bechtel finishes 2 for 5. I'm sorry, he had 5 at-bats. He had 2 hits, one of which was a double. He scored an RBI. He was caught stealing. Bill Kelly finished with 4 at-bats. He got 1 hit. That was a double. He scored 1 run, and he also drew a base on balls. Levy Mayerly finished with 5 at-bats. He only got the single hit. He scored 1 run. He also struck out once. Gat Stiers finished with 5 at-bats. He got 2 hits, one of which was a triple. That was an RBI. He also stole a base and scored a run. Mart King finished with 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was a double, and he scored a run. Everett Mills finished with 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was a double. It brought in a run, so it was an RBI. Charlie Hodes had 4 at-bats. He did not score a hit. He had a fielding error as well. Sam Jackson had 4 at-bats. He scored 2 hits, one of which was a double. He stole a base, and he scored 2 runs. Cherokee Fisher had 3 at-bats. He did not. He recorded 1 hit, and he also had a sac bunt. Total batting statistics for the Chicago White Stockings: 5 and 4 is 9, and 5 is 14, and 5 is 19, and 4 is 23, and 4 is 27, and 4 is 31, and 4 is 35, and 38 at bats for Chicago. Runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fielding errors 1. Doubles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. RBIs 1, 2, 3, 3 RBIs, 1 triple, 1 base on balls, 1 strikeout, 1 stolen base, no, 2 stolen bases, 1 caught stealing, 1 sacrifice bunt. I'll come back for the pitching stats. Total at bats for the home New York Mutuals. Mike McGeary finished with 4 at bats. He had 1 hit. He struck out once. He also was hit by the pitch once. Steve Bellin finished with 5 at bats. He did not record a hit. He had a fielding error. Cal McVeigh. I forgot to write this real quick. Oh no, that was the end of the inning anyway. Right. Sorry. Cal McVeigh finished with 5 at bats. He had 3 hits, and he stole a base. They never brought him home. He got on base 3 times. They never brought him home. How about that? Henry Burroughs finished with 5 at bats. He had 1 hit. Riney Walters finished with 3 at bats. He drew 2 base on balls. He did not have a hit. He struck out once. Art Allison, he finished with 4 at bats. He had 1 hit. He scored 1 run. He struck out once. He had a fielding error as well. Charlie Pabor finished with 3 at bats. He did not score a hit. He had a base on balls as well. George Ewell had 4 at bats. He scored 1 hit. And then Pete Donnelly had 4 at bats. He got 2 hits, and he had a fielding error. Total at bats for the New York Mutuals: 4 and 5 is 9, and another 10 is 19, and 3 is 22, and 4 is 26, and 3 is 29, and 4 is 33, and 4 is 37 at bats total. Runs 1, hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fielding errors 3, base on balls 3, strikeouts 3. They struck out 3 times. Stolen base 1, sack bunts nothing, no sacks at all. No RBIs either. No doubles, no triples, no home runs. How about that? Right. That's a crazy get. 2-1, 15 minutes in. That's nuts. The pitching statistics. Cherokee Fisher will be credited with the win. He pitched all 9 innings. His pitch count was 125. He walked 3 batters. He struck out 3 batters. Hits was 9. 1 run, and it was earned. For Riney Walters, he gets credited with the loss. He pitched all 9 innings. His pitch count was 142. He walked 1. He struck out 1. He gave up, 11 hits, was it? 11 hits. 6 runs were scored. 5 of them were earned. That's the end of the game. Now, very quickly. Come on. Close. There you go. Let's look at what's next. We're going to click Leave Game. I'm going to save the game. We're going to continue into the next day. There's no games on the 14th. I'm going to click Continue again. And that is our next game. Our next game will be the 5-6 Washington Olympics, who have yet to win on the road, travel to the 6-10 Rockford Forest Cities, who are 4-4 at home. That is a big game next. Your standings after today's game: the Chicago White Stockings extend their lead at the top of the National League, 6-3. They're in a good position. The Fort Wayne Kekiungas are behind them by a game and a half. The New York Mutuals are now 2.5 back with that win by Chicago over them. We fall 3.5 back now. The Troy Haymakers are 5 games back at 4-11. We got the Washington Olympics. If we can beat Washington, we'll go 7-10. We'll move 3 games back. Still time, but that game coming up is the 17th out of 32 for Rockford. So we're running out of games. The Boston Red Stockings still lead the American League. They're 8-2. Philly is 7-3. They're 1 game back. Cleveland is 6-5. They're 2.5 back. And Washington Olympics at 5-6 are 3.5 back now. So if we beat Washington, they're gonna fall 4 back. We're gonna move up to 3 back. And there is a little bit to go. So we are going to be playing some out of the park in the morning again on Sunday. Look forward to that. So this game will be Sunday. And then probably Monday we'll do this game, Philly Athletics at Washington Olympics. And then you guys will get the pick after Monday's game. You guys are going to get to pick which one you want to watch next, whether it'll be Washington at Boston or Chicago at Philadelphia. So we'll see how that goes. Then we got Chicago and Philly again the day after on the 19th. Washington Olympics at Troy, and Chicago or Cleveland at Philly. That'll be another chat pick here on the 20th. And then we got Rockford at Troy for the 22nd is the one that we will do, followed by another chat pick at Boston at Troy or Washington at Cleveland on the 23rd. 24th will be Rockford at Fort Wayne. 26th will be chat pick between Chicago at Fort Wayne or Cleveland at Troy. 27th will be Rockford at Cleveland. 29th is going to be chat pick between Philly at Fort Wayne and New York at Washington. And we'll round out the month with Troy at New York. So that's what we got coming up on the schedule. Remember, the season is 32 games. And some teams, including Rockford, have played half of those games. Troy is 1 game off from reaching the halfway mark as well. So we're getting into the season quite a bit now. We'll see how things progress. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the end of the recording. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Until then, take care.